Have you ever wanted to create your own animated story, but just figured it was way too complicated, or that you'd need a ton of expensive software? Well, today, we're going to break down a really simple system to create professional-looking AI animation using tools that are completely free. Let's dive in. And that quote right there, that says it all. This is not about being some kind of tech wizard. It's about having the right workflow. The whole system we're about to walk through is designed to be as easy as following a recipe. And seriously, the most difficult part is just copying and pasting text. So let's get right to the heart of the matter. If you've ever tried to make an AI animation yourself, you've probably hit a wall, right? You start off with this fantastic idea, but the finished product just feels, well, it feels wrong. So why does that happen? What's the one thing that trips up almost everyone? This is it. Character inconsistency. This is the single biggest reason that makes an AI animation look amateurish. It just falls flat. And it's the exact problem that this workflow we're talking about is designed to solve for good. You know the feeling, I'm sure. In one scene, your main character looks perfect. Then, in the next shot, their face is suddenly a little different, or their jacket is a slightly different color. The moment your character starts changing, it shatters the illusion and yanks the viewer right out of your story. Okay, so how do we fix this? Well, the secret to getting that perfect character consistency isn't some magical, expensive tool. It all comes down to the order you do things in. It's about having a solid plan before you even think about creating. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. The wrong way, and let's be honest, this is how most of us start, is just diving into an AI image generator and hoping for the best. But the right way is to build a complete plan, a blueprint for the entire story before you make a single image. And that's where this idea of the blueprint comes in. Think of it as a master plan. It's a whole package that you get from ChatGPT with just one prompt. And I mean, the whole shebang. Your story, your character designs, and literally every single prompt you'll need later on. It's all just ready to go. So let's see how this actually works. How does it all come together into a simple system that you can use over and over again? It really just comes down to 4 clear steps that take you all the way from an idea to a finished animation. All right, think of this as a roadmap for the whole journey. First, we create that blueprint in ChatGPT. Second, we generate all of our visuals, making sure they're consistent. Third, we animate those visuals. And finally, we assemble everything in an editor. So let's break each one down. Step 1 is the bedrock of this whole thing. You take this one huge master prompt, you feed it into ChatGPT, and boom, it spits out your entire plan. This just gets rid of all the guesswork. You're not making things up as you go. You're just getting ready to copy and paste what's already been created for you. Okay, so now that we have our blueprint, it's time for step 2, creating the visuals. The goal here is simple. Make every character and every scene for our story, and make sure they all look like they belong in the same movie, you know? And the best part is, we can do this with some amazing free tools. Now, tools like Google Whisk, Gemini, and Quinn, they're perfect for this. They can create these incredible, almost 3D-looking images for free. But the real game changer here, the absolute secret sauce, is the subject locking feature in Google Whisk. You make your main character, you lock in their image as a reference, and the AI knows exactly what they look like for every single scene after that. That's the secret. Okay, now for the magic. In step 3, this is where we take all those beautiful, consistent images and we make them breathe. This is where your story really comes alive with motion, with expression, and even with dialogue. For this, you're going to want to check out free tools like Grok or Meta AI. Grok is, honestly, it's pretty amazing. You just upload your image, paste in the video prompt from your blueprint, dialogue and all, and it generates a moving scene with lip sync that is surprisingly good. And get this, these tools are free and they don't slap a watermark on your video. Your final animation looks super clean and professional. All right, we've got a folder full of animated clips. Now what? Time for the final step, putting it all together. This is where you transform a bunch of little video files into a single, flowing story. So you'll open up a free editor, something like CapCut, and just run down this checklist. Super simple. Toss your clips on the timeline in the right order, keep your transitions really short and snappy, keeps the energy up, find some free, safe music on the YouTube audio library, throw in a few simple sound effects, turn on auto captions, and just trim out any dead space. That's it. So let's bring this all home. By following this blueprint method, you've basically just sidestepped all the biggest headaches in AI animation. The power to tell a visual story, to create worlds and characters, It's not locked away behind expensive software anymore. It is now in your hands. If you remember one thing from all this, let it be this. Creating compelling animation isn't about how much money you spend. It's about having a smart, structured process. This workflow proves that with the right plan, anyone can get studio-quality results with nothing but free tools.
And this just opens up this incredible question, right? When the tools to create are this easy for everyone to get their hands on, a whole new wave of voices and stories can finally come to light. So, the only question left is, what story are you going to tell?